Let's talk about how to wake up early. This is something that I love to talk about because it really just changed my life when I started doing this. I used to be a really big night owl. I would get so much work done at night. Ever since high school, I started staying up till midnight, and then college it was 2 and 3 and 4 a.m. and it was just terrible, but I loved it because I could get so much done at night. Nobody would bother me. After about 11 o'clock or midnight, the world was asleep. It was my time just to do me, to do the stuff that I wanted to do, to get my work done, and to be free from every other obligation in life. And so I really just turned into this night owl, and I appreciated that time. But the problem is that I would have to get up at 7 in the morning or 8 in the morning to go to class in college and all this stuff. And so I just never had any sleep. And it didn't really bother me when I was younger. It wasn't a huge issue. But eventually I just started realizing, man, I'm tired all the time. I'm kind of sluggish. I don't get super motivated in the morning until halfway through my day. It takes me a long time to really warm up and get stuff done. And that was becoming an issue for me. And then I heard a video about the 5 a.m. club, about the golden hour, where most successful people wake up at 5 a.m. and they have a morning ritual. And I'll tell you that one of the first people that really impacted me in this area was listening to a guy named Stefan Polarinos of Project Life Mastery. I had just started to delve into self-help and personal development and things like that, and motivation and business and all this stuff. And coming across his video just really inspired me. Like, man, I want to be like this guy. I want to make good money. I want to have the best life. I want to live at peak performance. And so I decided that I needed to start waking up early, because if every other successful person wakes up at 5 a.m. and that's who I want to be, then I don't want to be an exception to the rule. I want to join the rule. I want to do what other successful people do. And I just heard so much about the golden hour, that first hour that after you wake up. It's the rudder of the day, and they call it the golden hour because it's devoted to you. And so from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., the entire world is asleep. You wake up and you focus on yourself before there's any demands for the day. And you give that hour to yourself, setting the mood, setting your pace for the day, setting your goals and your vision for the day, so that you can go through your day proactive instead of reactive. And see, what I was noticing is when I would wake up tired and rushed and never well rested, I was just always reacting to the world around me. There was always something that was calling my attention, and I never had time to prepare myself and to put myself in the right place to really be motivated and on point and stay disciplined on what I needed to accomplish. And so I'd wake up just reacting to the things that needed my attention. Do this, don't do that, do this. And it was hard to get anything done, which is why I loved the nighttime so much, because I would just struggle, and then I would finally get to be midnight or whatever, 11 o'clock, and I would be able to have me time, and I'd be motivated, and I'd just start cranking out my work, and I would save the majority of my discipline for that time of night. Well, what changed is I decided, man, I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. I'm going to create a morning ritual for myself that I do every day that's going to put myself in peak physical performance and peak mental performance for the day. And I'm going to really just see how this changes my life. And so I started doing it. Started waking up at 5 a.m., get up every day. I would go through my morning ritual. I would start planning my day ahead of time. And then for the first 3 hours of the day, nobody would bother me because I was, everybody else was asleep. And so I'd start doing work, and I would knock out so much stuff in those first 3 hours because I'd wake up rested, and I'd wake up motivated, and I'd wake up and have my time. And so basically I just shifted my creativity and my spare time from nighttime until morning. But the cool thing is, instead of ending my day on motivation and getting all this stuff done and then fighting sleep because I didn't want to go to sleep, I would get good sleep, I'd wake up and I'd start my day motivated and get all the stuff done, and then it just totally changed how the rest of my day would look because I didn't have to react to things. there were still things that called my attention, but I'd knock them out and get right back to what I was doing and what I had set for myself for the day. And so that I'd use that golden hour to set my rudder for the day and really steer the direction that I would take my day and my life in. And it was just this amazing shift. I started getting so much more done, started being so much more productive. And I liken that to the theory or the natural law that a body which is in motion will remain in motion, and a body that is moving will remain moving unless acted upon by an outside source. And have you ever noticed that if you wake up and you start procrastinating and delaying, it's so hard to get yourself going? That's because you're in rest mode, and a body that's not in motion will remain at rest. But if you wake up and you're disciplined and you're motivated and you get yourself moving and you get yourself accomplishing things, it's so much easier to stay on point and to continue to accomplish tasks throughout the rest of the day, because a body that is in motion will remain in motion. And so it really just changed my life to join the 5 o'clock club, the 5 a.m. club, and to give that golden hour of the day to myself, and to follow a morning ritual, a morning routine that I developed for myself that put me in peak physical performance and peak mental performance. And I would really encourage you guys to try that. So the way to wake up early in the morning is to have a reason to believe in it so badly that you have to try it, and then just start getting up. Set your time, set your mind before you go to bed that you will get up at that time. And when your alarm goes off, force yourself out of bed, force yourself to get up and have a routine that you look forward to, and then go through those steps. But if you just want to wake up, you're not going to. So you have to set your alarm, and you have to decide beforehand that you're absolutely going to. And I'm telling you, once you do it for a couple of days, and once you have this routine and you see how it impacts your life, you will continue to do it. And if it doesn't revolutionize the way that you're living, man, then you must be doing something right now.